Tonight at Apollo, the Adelaide West End 36ers face the Coburg Giants, one of only two teams to defeat the 36ers this season. The Giants won by just 2 points on their home court in Melbourne 3 weeks ago, and the 36ers are desperate to reverse that result tonight. Coburg's Jim Foster is the danger man for the 36ers. His style is somewhat unorthodox, but he is a scoring machine and is second in the NBL scoring averages with 33.2 points per game. The man who could stop Foster's domination is 36er Mark Davis. He is the top defensive rebounder in the league, and so is known as the chairman of the boards. But Davis is an offensive player as well, averaging 25.4 points per game. Another great duel is expected between Coburg's Wayne Carroll and Adelaide's Daryl Pearce. Carroll's selection in the Australian team was somewhat controversial, and Daryl Pearce will be out to cement his position in that team at Carroll's expense. Coburg has defeated the 36ers in each of their past 3 encounters. Let's see who will triumph tonight.
West End 36ers will be there. Don't forget tonight, pop down to the Apollo Bar for a nice cool drop on the West End, beer at its best. And for refreshments of another kind, outside, Royal Copenhagen Danish homemade ice cream is out the front. And after the game, remember when you're driving home, tune in to SAFM Stereo 107. If you're not going home, you're popping down to your bar for the West End beer. There's toasted sandwiches and some other savouries down there, so enjoy your night, but remember, drive home carefully. Have been sold, so we have got some keen people out there. If you didn't get a program, knock the next person next to you.
In about 15 consecutive wins, can Coburg break the drought?
Right, yeah.
As a leader?
Yeah, okay. Peter Blythe. Jeez, they look strong, don't they?
Yeah, they don't call them the Giants for nothing.
No. Shit, Simmons is big. 6'11", we'll call him. Imagine the length of his schlong.
Carroll Pearce, Mark Davis, Al Green, Wayne Nelson, and DJ George Jones out there for the 36ers. Also out there for the Giants, number 7, David Green.
It's the West End 36ers in the white uniforms versus the Coburg Giants. The Giants, of course, the last team to beat the 36ers here at Apollo. And there's the tip, the 36ers come away with the ball. So it's been 15 consecutive home game wins for the 36ers. Andrew Kay, can the Coburg Giants break the drought?
Oh, most certainly, Lynn. Good evening, everyone. Coburg has a tremendous record over the West End 36ers. In fact, in the 7 times they've played in NBL history, Coburg has won 6. And already the first points on the board through the services of 6'11" Willie Simmons. Should be a fantastic clash tonight. Coburg some 3 weeks ago beat the 36ers by 2 points at home. Tonight the 36ers looking for revenge.
And the 36ers looking to go inside through Bill Jones. Bill Jones makes a nice 2 points. And this game, Andrew, I think is going to be won and lost on the boards. That's the rebounding duels. What with Foster and Simmons for Coburg, 2 very strong players versus Davis and Jones for the 36ers. It really should be quite spectacular rebounding duels.
Yes, well, Dwayne Nelson again. Last week he had a tremendous task on Leroy Loggins. Tonight he has the tough man of basketball as the first foul is called. Dwayne Nelson that has a very tough job tonight.
Look at Peter Blight. Peter Blight comes right over the top, takes a very strong rebound. Up he goes, makes the basket. The foul's called, so Peter Blight gets to go to the foul line for the bonus shot. And Peter Blight has been one of the strong men of Australian basketball for some time.
Well, Coburg, a fairly vigorous basketball side. Foster has made no bones about the fact that he considers he's the best player in Australia. Number 44 just guarding Davis at the moment as Davis drives, misses. Davis and Jones come down with the ball together. Really, in fact, should be a travel with both players having complete control of the ball, but the umpire didn't call it. Jones scores 4 points apiece as Graham looks for the pass, comes off Coburg player. And now it's the 36ers to set up attack. Oh, lovely pass in from Pearce to Nelson. Fumbles, loses possession.
That was a beautiful pass by Daryl Pearce. Dwayne Nelson clear to the basket, took his eyes off the ball for a second, and unfortunately for the 36ers, he lost possession. So it's Wayne Carroll, Daryl Pearce. That's going to be another interesting combination and contest tonight, I think, Andrew. Both players very keen to show each other up, and both players, of course, in the Australian team. As Willie Simmons makes an easy 2 points, that's 4 points to Willie Simmons, so he already is looming as a big threat.
Yes, any of the Coburg players can take this match by the horns and really give them a big lead, and Coburg are excellent front runners. Once they get their noses in front, they're capable of going on with it, and they may have not a brilliant record this year, but they are capable of beating any side in the NBL as Mark Davis drives all the way, ties the scores at 6 points apiece.
So both teams looking to play inside offense. That means they're going to throw the ball into the big guys in the low post, let them go one-on-one against their defensive player. Both probably looking to draw a few fouls, Andrews, to see if one of their big guys can get into foul trouble.
Yes, in fact, the way these two sides play the game, there quite easily could be a lot of fouls tonight. Jim Foster just scoring there again for Coburg. He doesn't look all that much, but as you said earlier, he's a scoring machine, Jim Foster, as Daryl Pearce tries to float one up and has great success with the shot, makes the basket, and it's 8 points apiece again. And that's quite easily could be the situation all night. A very close game on hands, Lynn.
Yeah, I would think it's going to be a close game. And Wayne Carroll, not to be denied, shoots straight over the top of Daryl Pearce. So it's 10 points to 8 in favour of the Coburg Giants as Al Green, guarded by Wayne Carroll.
Yes, that should be an excellent contest between Wayne Carroll and Daryl Pearce, both looking for that opening spot in the Australian team. At the moment it belongs to Carroll. Pearce is after it. As the ball from Davis's drive finally goes in, and he's drawn the foul as well, so Mark Davis will go to the foul line.
Look at the good help out here by Peter Blight as he comes across there to help out, but a beautiful spin. That was just a tremendous athletic move. He spun on the pivot foot, leant into the basket for the finger roll, and even despite the fact that he had somebody holding onto his arm, he was still able to convert the 2 points. Unfortunately not able to make the 1 point, so it's 10 points all. 8 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
And Ken Cole saying to the players earlier in the rooms, particularly to Dwayne Nelson, to watch Foster's feet. Don't worry where the ball is, just guard his feet. He feints a step, he moves. Everything he does, he lets you know by the actions in his feet beforehand. And Nelson just interested in holding Foster. A bit of pushing and shoving going. 3-second call, and Coburg lose possession.
Yeah, that was great defence in by Dwayne Nelson. They were looking to throw the ball inside then to Foster. Nelson was really sort of posting up in front, denying him the ball.
Davis pushes Foster out the way and makes the shot, misses. Jones comes back with the hook shot, misses. Jones up again, Davis up, Carroll comes out with the ball and gives it off to David Graham. So David Graham looking to go all the way, goes straight in front of Daryl Pearce, and the shot off the glass. Pearce, rather Al Green coming away with it, and the foul call on David Graham. As Peter Blight questions referee Jeff Weeks, asking him what about the one at the other end. It is the West End 36ers with possession.
And it's not really developing into a fast-moving game, as Al Green says, I will use our out-of-bounds play, but all of the 36ers come right across to one side, leave one half of the court free, and Al Green takes full advantage of that, drives all the way to the basket, and makes a nice 2 points. But as I was starting to say earlier, I don't see this as being a fast-breaking game. Both teams holding on to possession, and the guards are doing a good job in getting back in defence. Nice spin from Al Green. There's the foul. So Green with 2 points.
The 36ers will be looking to have plenty of fouls called on Coburg, as you see Green there, and they're the hands from David Graham. Fairly obvious, Al Green on the foul line. The West End 36ers 12, leading Coburg 10.
Okay, we've got 2.
Some 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Another capacity house here at the Apollo Stadium. And the Coburg Giants with a great record over the 36ers as Green makes the first. And watching on the second. And he makes the second. So fairly quiet opening, Lynn.
Yes, that's 4. I'm sorry, Andrew, that's 4 points to Al Green. 36ers are shooting 60% from the floor against Coburg's 50%. There's a 3-point attempt. Davis with a great rebound. So the 36ers into offence. Al Green looking to work over Wayne Carroll. And Wayne Carroll desperately trying to keep Al Green's influence on this game to a minimum.
Al Green, is he going to take him on his own? Yes, he does, but misses with the shot. Got through the two players, but Simmons pulled off the rebound. Now it's Wayne Carroll. Gives it across to Blight. One step in the shot up, but misses. Pearce just taps it out of court. Got his hands to the ball before Wayne Carroll.
Peter Blight, not a pretty sight when he takes a shot, but he has been very accurate over the years. A stalwart of the Coburg team as Foster rolls all the way to the basket to make his second basket. That's 4 points to Foster.
Good pass from Wayne Carroll there. They played that play well. Nelson calling for it. Davis out on his own. Got no one to give it to. Eventually gives it to Dwayne Nelson. Dwayne Nelson been in dazzling form lately. Played a brilliant game against Brisbane last week. Now Mark Davis has Peter Blight guarding him. The shot clock warns 10 seconds. Gives it back to Pearce. Pearce falls back on 1 foot. Has a shot. Simmons pulls off the rebound.
Sensational rebound by Simmons. His hand was well up above the ring, which is 10 feet from the ground.
Well, he's 6'11", or 208, rather 211 centimetres. There's a shot again from Foster. Obviously not the best outside shooter they've got, but does some great work. As the pass came in from Pearce, was meant for Mark Davis, but Peter Blight got his big body in the way and forced the interception. Now Wayne Carroll looking to set it up again.
And that's 6 turnovers to the 36ers against 4 to the Coburg Giants.
And any moment now we'll have a substitution. Peter Allied, good work, Dwayne Nelson, to get that ball away from Foster. Now Green's away on his own, has Wayne Carroll, passes to Pearce. Pearce fumbles, and that's the second bad fumble, but the 36ers regain possession. Referee Beam saying it came off a Coburg player's foot. And as I just mentioned, Peter Allied comes into the game, and Dwayne Nelson, who just made that interception, leaves the court. It'll be Daryl Pearce to take the ball from the side. So this time it's Al Green now with the 3-point attempt. Misses. Simmons, big scissor rebound.
And both teams dominating their own defensive rebounds.
Very low scoring first half. 14-12, the home side leads. Carroll into Foster. And again, 3 seconds called on Foster. Not impressed with the call, just drops the ball and wanders down the court as Al Green left on his own to retrieve it. Peter Allied will take it from the side.
And Peter Allied not frightened to be a little bit physical with his defensive work. He won't be intimidated by Foster. It's a beautiful pass. Doesn't quite come off. And it's a fast break. There's the outside shot by Wayne Carroll, which is good. That's a 3-point shot. So that's 5 points to Wayne Carroll. Takes the Coburg Giants along to 15, and they're leading the West End 36ers on 14.
Screen set for Daryl Pearce. Will he use it? Passes back in. The inside move to Mark Davis. Davis still with possession. Peter Blight holding on. Wayne Carroll hasn't been in good form lately for Coburg, but if he finds form tonight, those 36ers will be in trouble as Davis goes up with a strong rebound and draws the foul as well. Foul called on Peter Blight, and that's great work, Mark Davis.
What a sensational rebound. Look at that. Tough, takes the dribble, gets balanced, up he goes for the shot. Obvious foul. Davis is strong enough to hold on to that ball until the arm comes off, the fouler comes off the arm, and he makes the basket, goes to the foul line. Not successful, so Wayne Carroll for the Giants comes away with the ball, guarded there by Daryl Pearce. Aloy and Foster underneath the basket there. Good blocking out by Aloy, but here's the fast break. Slam dunk if he wants it. Oh. And that would be one of the best slam dunks you'll ever see, Andrew Kay.
Absolutely airborne, Mark Davis. Look at the pass from Jones, perfect. Graham looks at him and thinks, I'm not doing this very seriously, as Davis stays airborne in a huge basket. The crowd love it, and a big interception from Peter Allied. Al Green on his own, will he make it? Yes, he does! Great basket, Al Green. So all of a sudden the West End 36ers come to light and skip away to a 5-point lead, 20-15.
And that dunk from Davis is just the lift that the 36ers needed, and all of a sudden you can see the confidence coming from the 36ers.
And another one from Peter Allied. Oh, two great interception steals from Peter Allied. He's only been on the court for 60 seconds. Pass from Pearce to Green. Underneath to Jones, the third dunk. Great play, 36ers. Absolutely brilliant. And the crowd's alive now as a timeout is called. What sensational play. Have a look at the 36ers there, absolutely delighted. And let's have a listen to what Ken Cole's got to say about it.
Great, and these guys cannot handle that sort of pressure. They can't handle that sort of pressure, and we want to give it to them for 48 minutes. All over the floor. Who you got, Woody? Carroll. You want me to stay with him? You go to Carroll for a couple of minutes, and you get all over this other kid. Just keep the pressure rolling on him. Keep fighting, but I want you to get it done. Just don't allow those things. You want to be smart, we go out and use the ball. If you don't, I don't care who it is. We have to go about it a certain way. If you're not prepared to do that, sit down here, we'll get someone that can. Do what I ask, please. Let's stay together and keep our composure offensively. Make the ball do the work for us. Now we started out that way. Let's get the high percentage shot and let's crush the ball. Go, guys.
So Les Riddle desperately needing that timeout then, Andrew. The 36ers had exploded in the space of less than 30 seconds, had scored 6 baskets and gone to a 7-point lead, 22-15.
And still no substitution made by Coburg, but Daryl Pearce is taking a breather as Raymond Wood is on the court. Raymond Wood guarding David Graham. Woody been in good touch this year. Graham now gives it off to Carroll. Ally with the arms around Foster, holding him back. Now Carroll into Simmons. Billy Jones knocks it out of court. And good work by BJ there. Just intimidating the Coburg Giants.
The ball inside to Willie Simmons. That's what they're trying to do, Andrew. They throw the ball inside. Here's the fast break from the 36ers again. Davis. Jones picks up the crumbs and scores.
Great backup by BJ there. Davis fumbled on the first shot. Jones was right behind him, recovered and made the basket. And all of a sudden, the 36ers 9 points in front as Graham sets it up now to Peter Blight. Simmons calling for it inside, but strong work there from the 36ers defence. 3 seconds called. And that's the third time tonight Coburg has lost possession on the 3-second call. Lynn, not good.
No, but full credit to the 36ers defence. Those guys are working really hard on their defence, and because they're playing so well, they're denying the ball as Peter Ally goes all the way to the basket to score his first 2 points. The reason they're picking up those 3 seconds is because the defence is so good. The big guys underneath are getting frustrated because they're not receiving the ball. They're staying in there just that little bit longer in an attempt to receive the ball. The pass isn't coming and they're getting picked up for the 3 seconds.
Oh, Ally almost another steal there, but Foster got the better of him on that time, but that's only 1-4 and Foster's down. Ally's been in great touch since he's been on the court. Made 2 lovely steals and then that nice drive to the basket a moment ago. But now it's the 36ers looking to set up again. All of a sudden this game has come to life. Jones getting tough work there from Simmons. Jones going in and out of the key. Now Davis with the ball, looking to drive, go one-on-one on Foster, does, and scores. Good basket, Mark Davis, makes it 10 points in only the first quarter.
And Mark Davis certainly pumped up for this game. From all reports, Foster did a job on him in their last encounter over in Melbourne. So Foster keen to make Davis keen to make amends in front of his home crowd here.
Big rebound there from Graham and gives it over to Carroll, and Carroll misses with the shot. BJ comes out with it, loses it. No, still has it. Gives it to Al Green, 2-on-1. Has Ray Wood, but then decides to slow it down as he almost lost control. Now Al Green just saying cool it, and the 36ers set to set it up again. Gives it off to Raymond Wood. And lovely pass from Davis to Green. What a sensational pass. Good calling by Al Green. Great eyes, Mark Davis, and the 36ers now on 30 points, leading the Coburg Giants 17. Foul called on Al Green.
Al Green got the just reward for the effort then. He walked his defensive player into the screen, got free, and because he was prepared to do the work without the ball, he then got the reward of receiving that magnificent pass from Davis for the easy layup. So it's the 36ers have exploded. 30 points to the 36ers, leading the Giants on 17.
Substitution made on by Coburg. Number 9, Bruce Holtgren on the court. Now, and we see Peter Blight off for a rest, but it's Foster with the ball. Looks to drive. Foul called on Peter Ally. Foul called on the 36ers.
That's the sort of move that will draw a foul. You'll see that Foster takes the big step after he stops the dribble. Stops the dribble, now takes the big step, leans in, and you notice the left arm forcing away the defensive player's arm. But there was contact there, so Foster, appearing to have something wrong with his eye at this stage, lining up on the foul line.
Well, that's exactly what Ken Cole was saying, as I was saying earlier, Lynn, in the rooms before the game. The way to guard Foster is to watch his feet. And Ally just lifted the eyes there, and Foster sold him the dummy, took the step, drew the foul, and now has a point on the board. So it's 30-18 with the West End 36ers in front. Some 35 seconds remaining in this first quarter. So the 36ers will be looking for another basket and then holding the Giants scoreless for that remaining 10 seconds. Al Green to Wood. 24 seconds left. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Ally to Wood to Green. The shot's going to come from Al Green. Misses, but the rebound Davis. There's 2 points and a foul called on Bruce Holtgren. So Mark Davis having a sensational first quarter. 12 points already. You see here the shot from Green. Davis in perfect position. Was getting plenty of treatment from Foster from behind. Got the rebound, made the basket and the foul as well from Holtgren. So it's Mark Davis on the foul line. 14 seconds left.
12 points to Mark Davis. Make that 13 points to Mark Davis. 33 points to the West End 36ers, and they're leading the Giants on 18. With 10 seconds left to play, Coburg have the opportunity to take one last shot.
And it's Carroll going to go all the way, but the foul is called, it looks like, on Peter Ally for some strong body work on Jim Foster. To me, it looked as though the two were just pushing and shoving, looking for position. But foul called on Peter Ally. And so that's his second personal. And now it's Graham, makes the shot. Not a very handy shot. And Ray Wood drags the rebound, attempts a full court basket, but misses at quarter time. It's the West End 36ers 33, leading the Coburg Giants on 18.
Al, you take a breather, Mike. Everybody else stay as you are at this stage. You all right?
What do you think?
That's a super job. It's a super quarter. Now, with our balance, Ray, you get into 4, okay? Now you better carry the ball.
They're better than
Pete,
that.
you come back out into 2, and Mike, you get over into 4, okay? Now, you've got the dribbling guard, you've got the off guard. You know, you're still with the same commitments, okay? Same commitments.
So it's a 15-point advantage in favour of the West End 36ers as we commence this second quarter.
Tremendous first quarter for the 36ers. Substitution made at quarter time by Ken Cole. Al Green's on the bench having a breather. Mike Mackay replaces Al Green. And the long pass into Simmons, but loses it. And the man we just mentioned, Mike Mackay, comes away with the ball. We'll probably give it back to Ray Wood as he does. And the 36ers looking to set up for that first basket of the second quarter. Peter Ally across to Mackay. Mackay takes the shot, misses. Simmons the rebound. Simmons done some good work with the rebound so far, Lynn.
Yeah, Simmons, not unlike Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in appearances, but doesn't have that player's ability, of course, but certainly those glasses are very much reminiscent of the great player from America.
Once again, it's the 36ers. Jones looking to drive, sticks the arm out, misses, gets his own rebound, and Simmons has got his hand in there, so it'll be a jump ball between BJ Jones and Willie Simmons. 6'9" versus 6'11".
And this game developing into a battle of the big men. Both teams looking to use their offences so that the big men can score underneath the basket. Both coaches aware that if the guards don't hit a very good percentage from outside, then the defensive rebounders will gain possession of the ball and get an extra opportunity to score. And there's a turnover, a travel called by Mark Davis. So Wayne Carroll with the ball for the Coburg Giants as they run into their offensive pattern.
Now it's Foster. Foster, a strong player, looking to go on Peter Ally. Third foul called on Peter Ally. So Ken Cole wouldn't be happy with that. Ally appeared to do most things right there, but referee John Beams saw an infringement. Lynn?
Yes, I'm not sure whether Foster can shoot from outside. Certainly looks to go all the way to the basket all the time as Simmons spins. Good defence by Jones, but it's just a great shot by Willie Simmons as he shoots over the top. I think perhaps it might be an idea for Peter Ally to take a step back as soon as Foster stops the dribble.
And again a fumble by Davis, so had a touch of the butterfingers tonight as it's Holtgren gives off to Simmons. 2 points coming up. Great basket, but a foul called. Simmons gets down on his hands and knees. The charging foul was called on Simmons, but the 2 points count. You have a look at the lovely pass from Holtgren. Up he goes and bang, right over the top of Ally. So perhaps some justice there that Ally got one back, but Willie Simmons not looking too well now, limping there. He came down a long way because he got up a long way.
I have to say, Andrew, that was fantastic defence by Peter Ally. He was guarding Foster, had Foster covered so that he couldn't receive a pass, saw that Willie Simmons had made the drive, he switched off, made great defensive position, and the charge came as a result.
So Willie Simmons, in fact, has left the court now, looking to have a little trouble with his leg. And it's Peter Blight that's come back on. So Coburg only used the 6 players, and the 36ers have already used 8 players. Mackay to Wood. He's passing backwards with forwards. Raymond Wood puts up the shot, misses. Rebound comes off hands of the 36ers. No, in fact, off Coburg hands. 36ers haven't scored in the 2 minutes we've been playing in the second quarter. Coburg has scored twice. Mike Mackay tries the shot, misses. Nelson contesting the rebound. Davis contesting, goes up with the shot and scores this time. So 15 points now to Mark Davis. And the 36ers now on 35, a 13-point lead. As it's Bruce Holtgren. Eventually the ball comes to Peter Blight. Carroll calls for it, sets for the shot. Nice shot and a foul on Dwayne Nelson called.
Peter Blight got that shot away very quickly. The basket was good to Wayne Carroll, so that takes him along to 7 points. And Dwayne Nelson, the foul called away from play. Substitution as Willie Simmons comes in replacing Jim Foster. Foster we expected to really dominate this game. 7 points in the first quarter, but really hasn't done a whole lot, Andrew, on the defensive boards, and hasn't crashed the offensive boards either.
No, but how often we've seen things change, Lynn, where a player seems to be just completely out of touch for an entire game, as Mike Mackay in and out of the gasometer. Jones rebound, 2 points. As I was saying, Lynn, so often a player has had a quiet first half and will come out absolutely burn. And there really is nothing in this game. It's 37-24. The 36ers have got a touch of a lead as Wood almost makes a steal, but that lead not too hard to make up.
And the Coburg offence not all that settled. We saw Simmons receiving the ball a long way out, but Wayne Carroll all of a sudden is becoming a threat. That's 4 points in this quarter, 9 points in total to Wayne Carroll. Takes the Giants along to 26, trailing the West End 36ers on 37 points.
Is Wayne Carroll most definitely a better player than he's been showing lately, as Mike Mackay makes the basket. And that's 39 now to 26, so that 13-point lead remains with the 36ers. Very close contest this quarter so far. Neither side giving an inch. Great defense, great offense. It's Dwayne Nelson guarding Peter Blight as the ball comes to Carroll again. And another 2 points from Wayne Carroll. So that's already 11 points to Wayne Carroll, and he really is starting to have an influence on this game. Certainly not a player you can forget to guard. Been around a long time, Wayne Carroll. 27 years of age, Australian representative. Davis pushes his opponent out the way, puts up the shot, misses. Jones attempts to tap in. Davis the tap in. Nelson can't get his hands to the ball as Carroll comes away. Ray Wood steals. And what's the umpire called? Out of court. And Raymond Wood, annoyed with that call. Not the sort of player to say much to the referee, but couldn't resist it there, and just told referee John Beams that he wasn't out of court.
And Coburg shooting 100% from the floor in this second quarter. And that has now, of course, been destroyed. Great rebound by Dwayne Nelson. And suddenly this Coburg zone defence is doing a job for the 36ers offence. Raymond Wood being substituted out. Al Green comes on. I would have thought that perhaps Ken Cole might have brought Darryl Pearce back into the game against the zone, but Al Green, of course, can shoot from outside. So let's just see what Ken Cole's got to say in this timeout.
The shots are up and in. They all looked all right. They've rolled around and came out. They're good enough shots. They'll go down. We've got to run our offensive game hard. In the zone, MD, you will go on the foul line. You two go to the baseline. Al's got the point to do what he likes, and you just keep roaming around the wing. The shots are open there. Keep taking and making, but hey, you've got to fight through. They set any of those moving picks. You've got to either go through them or get a switch on them, but you've got to hit them hard enough to make them think about it the next time.
Play, make them respect it when you've got the ball, but use the ball up. Defensively, like in the zone, it's good work.
at the back there, just one thing, Bruce, try not to get caught up physically on that. Try and remove yourself and get around and get ready to get out in the corner as soon as that pass is being made. Once it's out there, we don't want you caught behind him and still trying to fight him. Remove yourself from it and anticipate him going to the corner and get out there. Plenty of talk up and block out on the boards, particularly in the zone as well. Keep it up now, move around.
So both teams very aware of what needs to be done on the defensive boards. That means that they have to block out their player, don't allow the player that they're guarding, or in the case of the zone, the player that they're closest to, block them out and deny them any access to the rebounds.
11 points the difference. West End 36ers lead. Jones couldn't get the pass into Mackay, but lays it up again. Misses with the shot. Nelson the rebound, and will give it right out again to Al Green. And the 36 long, lovely pass into Dwayne Nelson from Green. Balks for the shot. Jones the rebound, just pops it in the basket. So Bill Jones now scores his 12th point for the game, and the 36ers move along to 41.
Certainly Bill Jones, captain of the 36ers, leading by example. He's doing a tremendous job getting into that offensive rebound. Very hard to do.
And Jones the rebound across to Nelson. Will he go all the way? Moves in. Yes, goes all the way. Beats Peter Blight, hands down. And Dwayne Nelson just propped on the shot, made 2 points.
2 points to Dwayne Nelson. Of course, isn't it remarkable, Andrew, that a man of such athletic ability was crippled with polio as a child.
Yeah, tremendous to see Dwayne Nelson out there. In fact, I wasn't even aware of that until a week ago, and I read an article on him, and that is just such a fantastic achievement to see him out there as Mike Mackay has a ball stolen off him by Willie Simmons, and now it's Coburg all the way, lose possession. Bad play by Bruce Holtgren, just got the butterfingers again, which we've seen a bit of, but getting back to Dwayne Nelson, that's just a tremendous personal effort for someone who was crippled with polio and now playing in the highest standard basketball competition in Australia.
Another notable basketballer to achieve that effort was, of course, Malcolm Hurd, well-known basketball identity, represented Australia several times. But it's Mike Mackay, and he's certainly been in explosive form. Suffered a crippling knee injury last year, and he's come right back, and certainly in the last 3 weeks Mike Mackay has really lifted the 36ers with his exciting play.
Yeah, I find it quite incredible that someone at only 20 years of age has the ability to do that, just set a game on light, as Peter Blight now attempts to hook Davis, the rebound over the top, looking to give it off. And Mike Mackay, when you watch him play, you would think that he's been out there for years and years playing at this level, at only 20 years of age. Mind you, this program has been saying 20 every week. He may in fact be 21 now, but I think still only 20, as Green gives Mackay the ball. Balks puts the shot up and makes 3 points. Lovely shot from Mike Mackay. That's exactly why he won the Rookie of the Year last year. Tremendous ability, Lynn.
7 points to Mike Mackay, and he also does a very good job on defence. You see him fight through that screen. He's guarding Wayne Carroll. He's a very physical player. He'll deny Carroll the ball if he can.
Gee, Peter Blight calling it was free on the foul line. Simmons now calling for it, but it's a fairly obvious pass as he fouled Bill Jones. Such an obvious foul, but the 36ers will regain possession. Just a side ball called. Long pass over to Mackay. Will he put the shot up? No. Drives now, puts the shot up, makes that easier shot and makes 2 points. So Mike Mackay races along to 9 points, and the 36ers kick away. That's 50, and Coburg sitting on 28.
Certainly the 36ers offence is not giving the defence a chance. And what is happening, Andrew, is that the 36ers are taking control of the defensive boards, but they're also doing a job on the offensive boards. There's a foul that's not called. Ken Cole goes crazy on the bench.
As Davis had the ball stolen off him by Holtgren. Now will Jones try it? Green rather goes away again on his own and beats a 6'11" player in Willie Simmons along the way. And Al Green just made it look so damn easy.
That's 10 points to Al Green, but that 2 points came from Bill Jones. He just pulled down his 11th rebound, threw the ball out to Green to give him a chance on the fast break.
Jones doing great defensive work on Simmons. This time, unfortunately, has the foul called on him, so it'll be Willie Simmons who'll go to the foul line.
Number 14, DJ Bill Jones.
Here's a substitution as Daryl Pearce comes into the game. He replaces Mike Mackay, and once again, if the Coburg Giants remain in this zone, this is the man with his three-point shooting percentage can in fact turn the game around even further. As Willie Simmons on the foul line, a little bit lucky on that last foul, I would have thought, Bill Jones perhaps shouldn't have guarded him quite so closely, because it's pretty tough to make a left-hand hook shot from about 12 feet from the basket. But he's good with that foul shot, and that takes his personal tally along to 7. The Coburg Giants along to 29, make that 30, and they're trailing by 22 points to West End 36ers on 52 with 4 minutes remaining to the halftime interval.
The 36ers desperate to win this game tonight. They haven't beaten Coburg since 1984. In fact, we've only ever beaten them once. Didn't beat them at all last year, and were beaten 3 weeks ago in Coburg by 2 points. So the Giants have had the wood on the 36ers as a substitution was made. Number 13, Steve Breeny on the court for Coburg. Jim Foster's back on the court as well. Misses with the shot. So the 36ers with a pass from Pierce. It's got Nelson. Nelson goes all the way, makes the 2 points, and has the foul called on Steve Breeny. Good move there by Dwayne Nelson.
Did you notice, Andrew, Dwayne Nelson fakes the pass. Here we go now. Dwayne Nelson receives the ball, feints the pass across there to Al Green. The defence just took that little step back, and that allowed Nelson to go all the way to the basket.
Clever move as the timeout is called again. And the score at the timeout, the West End 36ers on 52, leading the Coburg Giants on 30.
So we've got nice control of the backboards, and everybody's filling lanes on the breaks. It's terrific. Keep pushing down the floor. Keep up the defensive pressure. That's the key. Al, this kid's getting frightened to dribble. This kid's getting frightened to dribble the ball. Keep at him. This kid, the ball handler, he can make 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. Keep pushing the ball as hard as you can down the lanes. The second half of this game, if we do it right, the way we're doing it now, we can turn this into a massacre by running at them.
Run and jump, man to man. We extend our defence normally right up the floor, back to a man normally. Gamble up in this part of the court and be more conservative back there. Let's hustle on everything, guys, and do our best to block out and keep them off the board. Let's hustle. We've got nothing to lose now. We've put everything on the line. Go, guys, come on, let's get it back.
Well, the Coburg coach there, Les Riddle, saying let's hustle, he's got nothing to lose. It sounds as though he's almost thrown the game away already, Lynn.
Well, he would have been very pleased with the result in Perth last night. To win one game on the road is very much an achievement. But don't write off this Coburg team. They are a very strong team. And Dwayne Nelson on the foul line now for the West End 36ers.
Nelson misses with the shot. And so Coburg looking to get back at the 36ers. They trail by 24, 54 to 30. This is Peter Blight. Simmons calling. Now the ball comes into Simmons. There goes that one step. But the ball eventually comes out to Wayne Carroll. Misses with the shot, but the rebound there from Steve Breeny and makes 2 points. So they get that lead down to 22. Al Green looking to go all the way, gives off to Jones. Jones, just the big push out the way, and up go those big long arms with the ball in the basket, 2 points.
Has 14 points to Bill Jones, and I'm very impressed with his game, Andrew. Not only has he scored 14 points, but he's dominated the rebounds. He's pulled down 12 rebounds now.
Yes, he's really had the wood on Willie Simmons so far, and that's no mean feat. Simmons been a dominating player. As the shot goes up from Peter Blight, makes 2 points. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Al Green looking to go all the way. Lovely pass into Dwayne Nelson, up and under, 2 points. Good work again, Al Green. And you watched Al Green here. He looks to drive all the way, bang, straight down Dwayne Nelson's throat. He jumps, fakes once, up and under, 2 points. Made it look easy. So the umpire's just correcting the scores now, as the last basket made by Coburg was a 3-pointer. Initially they called only a 2-pointer, as Mark Davis takes a well-earned breather. And you're just watching the backside of Wayne Carroll bringing the ball down for Coburg, guarded by Darryl Pierce. And a good game so far, 58-35, the 36ers lead. Coburg passing that ball around quickly. Another good shot from Steve Breeny. So he's been effective. Long pass to Dwayne Nelson, who can't do much. Oh, and what a lovely move. Under his feet, straight at Willie Simmons' feet. Simmons just stood there and watched the ball hit his feet, go out of court, and the 36ers will gain possession. What a tremendous move.
Yeah, great effort, and of course Foster saying that it's deliberate, and therefore the 36ers should not have possession of the ball, but the referee ruled that it wasn't a deliberate attempt to throw the ball back in. Certainly very fortunate. An excellent play from Dwayne Nelson.
There was no way Nelson would have known Willie Simmons was behind him unless he had, a big foul there from Coburg, called on Peter Blight. You watch Bill Jones here. He gets the pass coming in from Daryl Pearce. A good pass, takes a step. Bang, there's the first foul. Bang, there's the second in the face. So Peter Blight has the foul awarded to him. And Bill Jones looking to even lengthen this lead that the 36ers now have. But misses with the first, and as we were saying last week, Lynn, the 36ers really haven't been shooting that well from the foul line. Missed a lot tonight again.
Yes, they haven't been shooting all that well from the foul line. And Bill Jones does the splits after missing the second shot. But it's the Giants into offence. Peter Allive with great defence.
Oh, great work, Mike Mackay. Unfortunately, it comes off Billy Jones. And look at Simmons right over the top. And now it's 2-on-1. Pearce with the ball to Green. Yes, 2 points. Great recovery, and at the other end of the court, Willie Simmons is in agony. He's on the ground under the basket. He can't move, looks to have an ankle injury. As our camera just goes down there, you'll see Simmons lying on the court right under the key. There he is now, just grabbing at that ankle, and really he had no one I know it's an awful thing to say, but the way he took that shot, it looked so awkward, and he went right over the top of the 36ers player.
I've got to say that was excellent defence from Mike Mackay. Mackay really posted up, played good defence. Willie Simmons decided to attack the basket and go straight over the top.
Yeah, you watch Simmons now, bang, right up and over he goes as he just goes out of screen. He came down on that ankle, he had nowhere to land. And in the meantime, we've also had more action here as a technical foul has been called on Peter Blight. I don't know what for, Lynn. Did you pick that up? I was watching Willie Simmons.
Yeah, I was watching Willie Simmons, but Peter Blight was certainly arguing profusely with the referee, and he was, I would suspect, saying that it should have been a foul called on Mike Mackay, but the replay clearly shows that Mackay had great defensive position, superb effort for him to come across. Les Riddle and Ken Cole there talking, certainly no animosity there, and they would just be discussing what sort of treatment's available, and the Sports Science Clinic people are here. We have top-line medical staff on attention here for visiting teams as well as the 36ers. So Ken Cole would have been assuring Les Riddle that that was the case.
So Simmons taken straight into the change rooms, into the medical rooms, and that's a bad blow for Coburg, as Mike Mackay is at the foul line now to take the 2 shots from that technical foul called on Peter Blight, which gives him 3. Mackay misses. Not good shooting, foul shooting from the 36ers. As we now see Bruce Holtgren just wander into the screen, back on the court, replacing the injured Willie Simmons.
Well, Andrew, with Willie Simmons now not able to play for some time, I would think, the 36ers will really start to take charge on the boards, on the rebounds. And having said that, Foster with a great rebound, a very strong rebound, so that incident might have been just the thing to fire Foster up.
Well, I was just thinking that, Lynn, it just may in fact give the Coburg Giants something, because they haven't been playing as well as we know they can, trailing by 23 points. And not even the most avid 36ers fan would have believed that was possible before half-time, as Foster, look at the strength of him as he just drives all the way, and he really is going to have to do a lot of work now on his own to get Coburg back into this game, as Coburg push their defence right up. The long pass to Pearce, to Green, Jones over the top. The charging foul called on Bill Jones made the basket. The 2 points do count. You'll see this is lovely work here. The long pass from Al Green to Pearce. Pearce straight into Jones as he comes in. Good defence from Holtgren there as Jones goes over the top, makes the pass, makes the basket. As Daryl Pearce now pulls off a steal, looking for a player, decides to go it alone, makes it. 2 more points, so it's really all happening here at Apollo. 64 now, the 36ers to 39 from Coburg.
That's 4 points to Daryl Pearce. He's confident. He wasn't going to drive all the way to the basket and just makes a nice 15-foot shot.
Al Green helps that shot from Steve Greeny go in as he just got the hands to it. Green now being guarded by two Coburg Giants. The ball comes to Mackay, and all of a sudden this game has really opened up as Pearce almost pulled off a rebound. Nelson chasing it. The speed of the game has just intensified, and a foul called on Bill Jones as Foster made the 2 points, and a fairly obvious foul there on Bill Jones. You'll see him come right in, takes the rebound, Jones right behind him, bang, right across the arms. And Jones really had nothing to argue about there as Bill Jones now takes a breather and Mark Davis comes back on the court. 17 seconds to go in the first half. Sorry, Lynn.
3 fouls now on Bill Jones, which is the reason for the substitution. As you say, only 17 seconds to go, and it's been do or die time for Coburg in that last 30 seconds. They were prepared to really take some chances on extending the press. The steals came off, so it worked in their favour. If it hadn't, I think the game could have well been over by half-time if the 36ers had been able to capitalise.
So 16 seconds to go in the first half. The 36ers want one more shot. They lead by 22 points. Coburg really pushing that defence, and now they've got the steal as Foster, lovely interception, took the steal and 2 points. And look at that, that's got to be a tech foul on Foster, doesn't it? As he guards over the court. But it's half-time. 64, the West End 36ers. They lead the Coburg Giants on 46.
Sorry, I didn't realise you said 3 fouls. John Jones. No, I didn't. Oh, right. Well, it doesn't appear to be all that serious. He's lining up again in the opening lineup.
Willie Simmons, right. Yeah, they're not out of this yet.
Out to start the second half for the 36ers, Al Green, Mark Davis, Mike Mackay, Dwayne Nelson, Darryl Pierce, Jim Foster, Willie Simmons, Wayne Carroll, David Graham, Peter Blythe out there for the Giants.
So at half-time, it's 18 points in favour of the West End 36ers. The 36ers outscored the Giants by only 3 points in that second quarter, but after an explosive first quarter, 15-point advantage, and the game is evenly poised, even though the 36ers are 18 points in front.
Light goes with the drive and makes the drive, so first blood to the Coburg Giants in the second half, and here comes that full court press. Charging foul called on Mike Mackay. And Lynn, the 36ers don't always play this full court press all that well.
Mike Mackay evades the first player, Graham, and then charges a cannon straight into Foster, and obviously there is no doubt that that was a charge foul. But I take your point, Andrew. Certainly every time we've seen the press applied to the full court press applied to the 36ers, they have made a lot of errors. So obviously some work needs to be done in that area.
Lovely pass in again to Blythe and scores again. So all of a sudden that lead just 14 points. And we were saying at half-time, Lynn, there's no way that Coburg is out of this game by a long shot. Oh, a lovely pass from Darryl Pierce across to Nelson. 2 points there. And if they can move the ball around like that, the 36ers will win easily. But again, it's Foster at the other end, totally unguarded, drives all the way, takes Mackay out of the play with him. No foul called. Just one-on-one aggression, and the umpires let it go. Now it's Green, 2 guarding him. And the pass to Davis, guarded by Willie Simmons. What an amazing recovery he's made. Carried off the court in the second quarter, straight down to the medical rooms, and looking 100% out there now. So he's recovered. Darryl Pierce, 3-point attempt and 3 points. Good shot from Darryl Pierce. And that's a nice way to break it up, Lynn.
That's the way to break up the zone press, to break up the press, is to throw the ball down the court quickly and have Darryl Pierce firing. He's now hit 7 points.
As Carroll puts up the shot, misses. Green the rebound, and away they go. The 36ers, he's got Wood or Pierce. Rather, he's got Pierce and Davis. Pierce eventually the ball. Misses with the shot, hits the edge of the ring, pops up and an easy rebound to Coburg. So now it's David Graham again. Coburg used very few players tonight. They have quite a long bench, only using a handful, only calling subs when absolutely necessary is Al Green. Pass to Mike Mackay off the glass for 2 points. So that's 71 now. And just to get us back, Lynn, we were saying they don't play the press very well and they score 7 points in a row.
Well, certainly they've made lives of us, and it's good to see, because that is the way to break up a press. Coach Ken Cole would have instructed his players to run the fast break whenever they can. That is the first way to break up a press. The second way, of course, is to have the guards in control of the ball, making the long pass to the middle of the court and break the press up with the long passes. And Al Green, with 5 assists, is certainly helping out there. Mark Davis just hit his 17th point, and Mark Davis is doing a great job for the 36ers, as is Bill Jones and Dwayne Nelson. In fact, all of the 36ers, Andrew, have put in a significant contribution.
Yes, been an all-round team performance tonight. Even the players on the bench Ray Wood, Peter Ally has a good drive there from Peter Blight. Peter Blight scored 6 points already in this third quarter, but Ally, Jones, Wood on the bench at the moment have made very good contributions. Dwayne Nelson now with the ball, gives it back to Pearce, a lovely pass into Green, up and over, 2 points. So the 36ers matching anything that Coburg can throw at them. And now it's David Graham, but the steal by Green into Pearce, back to Green. Al Green all the way, foul called, Pearce backs him up, but it'll be Al Green at the foul line. An intentional foul called on David Graham. Al Green not all that impressed with it. Don Shipway there, the assistant coach, was signalling for 2 points count for basket tending.
Yes, Don Shipway enjoying his 25th birthday for the 14th time yesterday. So a victory over the Coburg Giants would be a nice birthday present for him.
And Shipway been a big name in basketball circles around Australia. Was a great player for South Adelaide.
Top player for South Adelaide was Donald Jackson Shipway.
One of the more vigorous ones I can recall as when I used to come down here as a youngster, Lynn. And Shippy was in his prime. If ever there was someone who could cause an argument, it was Don Shipway. But he could score baskets as well. But now it's Mike Mackay taking the ball from the side for the 36ers. Gives it to Green, back to Mackay. 76-54, the 36ers lead. Green looking for a pass to Mackay. Nelson was free, but no need for Nelson as Mike Mackay makes the three-pointer on his own. So every one of the 36ers doing good work out there. It's been a top performance. They really have intimidated the Giants. Haven't let their big names dominate like Foster, Simmons. Light's done some good work, but this time Foster has the foul call and the 2 points count.
I can't see that foul, Andrew. I thought it was good defence by Mark Davis. There's the pass inside to Foster. Davis has made great defensive position. Obviously there's been no contact with the arms, and the body contact was minuscule.
Is that the same as minuscule?
That's the word that I was looking for, Andrew.
As Foster makes the basket. Carroll almost pulls off a steal, but it's Al Green now. And now the 36ers moving the ball around. Dwayne Nelson gives it to Mackay. Back out the top to Green to set it up again. 79-57, last pass into Dwayne Nelson. Obvious foul on Simmons and the 2 points count. So Dwayne Nelson just continuing the brilliant form he's been in the last few weeks. You see an excellent pass into it. Takes the ball, waits for Simmons to go up, and then goes straight into him. Foul on Simmons.
And Nelson has now made 5 baskets from 5 attempts, 100% from the floor. Keeps that average up to take him along to 11 points.
Gee, hasn't there been a fantastic improvement in his games over the last month or so, Lynn?
So, yeah, certainly Dwayne Nelson, given the opportunity, took full advantage of it, and he's really performed well for the 36ers.
As Foster scored for Coburg there. And again, forcing foul on Mark Davis against Big Jim Foster. Foster would be delighted with that. He would like nothing more than to get the 36ers into foul trouble.
And Mark Davis can't believe that call. Coach Ken Cole, assistant coach Don Shipway still on their feet, castigating the referee.
Yes, well, you can just about hear Ken Cole from there. And that big pass again to Foster. Nice block from Dwayne Nelson. No, Davis laid off a touch. Didn't want to bring up his 4th foul. Too far to go in this game, but Nelson no problems, and now he's got the opportunity to score and does. So Dwayne Nelson, again, we've been saying it for weeks now, he has been in dazzling form, Lynn.
Yes, and full credit also to the man that is giving him the ball. That's Al Green, the man with the ball now.
Oh, have a look at that! If that isn't something to make Coburg absolutely want to crawl in the biggest hole. Look at this, Green behind the shoulder, Mackay back in comes Davis, 2 points, sensational.
And that pass from Al Green was shades of Michael Armatt with his dazzling ball handling, and that's 7 assists now to Al Green in this game, and he is the man that is bringing Dwayne Nelson and Bill Jones, Mark Davis into the game.
Great stuff from the 36ers. In the meantime, Willie Simmons scored again. Davis about to lose possession. No, Green cleans up. Looking for Davis again. Through came Pearce, but here's an easy 2 points for Coburg as Jim Foster just dunks it away. And the 36ers just letting Coburg have that one as the ball goes out of court and under the big stage. The scores at the moment, 86 to the West End 36ers, 63 to Coburg. 6 minutes and 21 seconds left in this third quarter, and here again is a scoring opportunity. As Dwayne Nelson goes to go all alone, misses though with the up and under. And the long pass, Green, the steal, will go all the way. And unbelievable, Willie Simmons and Wayne Carroll don't even bother to contest the basket. Crowd loved it. Look at there, you just saw the interception. Green goes along, Simmons just stands there, Carroll stands there. 2 points, Al Green.
And again, 17 points to Al Green. And the 36ers certainly breaking up this Coburg full court press. They're making a mockery of the press. They're doing what the coach has instructed, pass the ball into the middle, gradually pass the ball around until they break it up. There's Davis underneath with a tough rebound. The crowd calls for a foul, and Foster throws the arm to hit Davis in the head as they run down the court. But it's the Coburg as Peter Blight with a hook shot.
Dwayne Nelson, strong. Gives it to Green, back to Pearce. Pearce comes in for the shot, but misses. Nelson on his own, 2 points. Terrific stuff, Dwayne Nelson. Unbelievable play, and again Coburg have to call a timeout just to break this run on by the 36ers. 36ers now on 90, leading Coburg 65.
We can't concede the easy baskets now. We have to just do our best. Keep it nice and tight. Don't let it get too ragged. Get the ball down there by all means quickly and look for the shot, but let's use it up at the same time. The shot's there and presents itself, by all means take it. We have to recover, particularly in the second line, more quickly. Keep it tighter in the middle so they can't.
Peter's got the other kid and you've got the big guy. Hey, keep up your pressure. You all know who you've got. Defensively, you must keep it going. Offensively, handle it the same way. Get the ball in Al's hands, sprint down the floor. Woody, you look to make the release. You run down the floor, look to release in the middle. You're down a wing, and he's on the foul line. They might, you sprint and give your Al a release in the middle. They may go to a man-to-man. Have a look at it.
So Coach Ken Cole very pleased with the way that his players are working against that zone full court press. It just isn't working, that defence. 36 is breaking it up with ease. We've seen some substitutions. Raymond Wood is now on the floor. Peter Aloy is on the floor. Dwayne Nelson having a well-earned rest, as is Mike Mackay. So 2 fresh players to put even more pressure on this Coburg offence, Andrew Kay.
Yes, and Coburg have made a change too. Holtgren comes onto the court as Peter Blight takes a rest. And Holtgren immediately effective as he attempts the shot. Foul called on the 36ers. You see Holtgren there. The shot's missed from Willie Simmons. Holtgren makes good position. Bang, Pearce. Daryl Pearce just gets his hands there. And Bruce Holtgren, only a youngster, 20 years of age, 198 centimetres. 90-65 the scores. Holtgren with the second. Misses. Pearce the rebound. Long pass to Al Green. They don't even bother to chase him. Dunk. 2 points, crowd loves it. If there's anything that the crowd here likes, look at it. Long pass from Pearce, perfect pass. Green on his own, Graham a little effort behind him. The Simmons misses with the pass. Pearce and Davis contest the rebound. Simmons calling for it on his own. 6'11", guarded, 3 seconds called, and that's bad play by Coburg. Simmons very angry with his teammates, called for the ball for a long time, only had Daryl Pearce behind him. So Daryl Pearce only some 6'2", 2.5. Simmons 6'11". But bad play on Coburg, refused to give him the ball.
Yes, substitution called by Ken Cole as Mark Davis has a well-earned rest. Superb effort from Mark Davis, replaced by Dwayne Nelson. And of course Dwayne Nelson is going to keep as much pressure on the Coburg Giants. So it's the West End 36ers. Daryl Pearce looking to come off the screen, set by Nelson. Bad pass.
And again it's that man Nelson with the long pass to Al Green. Takes on Simmons, draws the foul. Al Green does a little bit of acting as well, goes to the floor. Simmons picks up another foul. And look at this, you'll see a good pass there. Al waits for him, says, come on, take me on. And Simmons all arms and legs as Al Green makes the up and over, missed with the shot, but hopefully can make 2 from the foul line. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go, third quarter.
And the good thing about the 36ers is that whenever they get the ball in defence or pick it up off of a loose ball, they are looking down the floor, and they've got people like Green, Davis, Nelson, all of the players running down the court and creating an opportunity for that long pass. Lovely steal, Al Green.
Couldn't just quite control it at the end as Holtgren read the ball well as well. Isn't it amazing, Lynn? The 36ers can pull off the most brilliant plays you're ever likely to see and then shoot so poorly from the foul line.
Yes, they're only shooting 30% from the foul line. It's not good. They haven't been shooting well for several weeks, but I'm sure that the coach and the players are well aware of it, and they'll be doing something to try and improve their foul shooting.
Ally to Dwayne Nelson, and again the foul called, this time on Jim Foster. He wouldn't be too happy with that. Nelson makes good position here. Ally gets the ball. There's the first push from Foster, and there's the second one on the hand. So it's Dwayne Nelson at the foul line. Let's see if he can make some from the foul line. Up with the first, misses again. And the crowd a bit annoyed with their foul shooting. Hasn't been good at all, Lynn.
No, foul shooting not good. But Dwayne Nelson with 15 points, make that 16 as the ball just drops in, and the 36ers have extended their defence. But Wayne Carroll brings the ball down without too much trouble. So it's the Coburg Giants on 68, trailing 93, the West End 36ers make that 70 to the Coburg Giants.
Good drive there from Jim Foster. And Pearce on his own in the bottom corner as Coburg pushing that defence right up again. Pearce being guarded by big Jim Foster. Ray Wood now with the ball to Al Green. 36ers enjoying a 23-point lead as the shot clock ticks down. 10 seconds now. Al Green looking for the shot. It'll come to Pearce. Down to 5 seconds. Ray Wood will attempt the shot and make the shot. Good basket from Ray Wood. 25-point lead now the 36ers enjoy.
And they're the things that really hurt a defensive team. They really have worked hard on defence. The 36ers were patient, threw the ball around right down to the wire and then made the basket. And that hurts a defensive team.
Foster again, drive, nice tap in Willie Simmons. Got the hands there for the rebound, just popped it back in and scores 2 points for Coburg. They move to 72. And again now Al Green on his own, but comes right out again. Probably almost saying to the defence, well, I can beat one of you, I'll wait till there's 5 there. But the ball tapped out of court. Now the 36ers again to set it up. Pearce attempts a long three-pointer, misses. Ray Wood off the glass, misses. Dwayne Nelson almost a rebound, but pulled down by Foster. Long pass here to Steve Breeny, who was on his own. Now Holtgren the shot, and misses with the shot. Carroll chases the ball out of court. Just picks it up inside again. It's Holtgren on his own. Should make 2 points and does. Good play there from Coburg. When they set it up nicely, they look good, Lynn, but the 36ers have run a few rings around them tonight.
Yes, most of the time they're a very disciplined team. They hustle up, they're a very physical team. But as you say, sometimes they take a couple of bad shots and that makes it really hard. The Coburg team then calling for a travel, but the 36ers are in complete control because this defence really isn't as bad or as hard as it looks. And Peter Ally drops in another 2 points for the 36ers to take them along to 95, and they lead the Giants 74.
Yes, and as you were saying, the Giants will be most upset. They set up a good defence and the 36ers just throw it around, wait for the decent shot. As now 3 players can have the rebound. It's a 3-on-1. Pearce back to Ray Wood. Ray Wood, a lovely layup. Tremendous teamwork. Wood 2 points, has the foul called on Steve Breeny as well. Have a look at the pass here. Woody gives it to Daryl Pearce. Pearce gives it straight back to Wood. Drives all the way. Breeny from behind. The big arm on the arm. Hands on the arms. And Ray Wood will have the opportunity now to make it a 3-point play. In the meantime, we see Wayne Carroll, I think it is. No, in fact, it's not Wayne Carroll, it's
Foster.
Looks like big Jim Foster. So the Coburg Giants not having any luck at all with injuries tonight. And Foster, the man who considers himself to be the best basketballer in Australia, which is what he's been saying in the Melbourne press all this week, in a bit of trouble down there, and it looks as though he may leave the court. Not looking too happy. The crowd just giving him a big oar. Seems to be all right now. Tell you what, if ever I get sick, Lynn, I'm going to Coburg. I don't know what sort of medicine they use, but Willie Simmons looked an inch from death and he came back and started in the second half. Now Foster almost brought a tear to your face to see him in agony, telling the team he's all right. He just hobbles off the court now, he won't continue.
Yes, perhaps they're using Stan Wickham's Miracle Elixir. He's used that on a number of occasions. Of course, the towel also contains Magic Potion.
Yes, Ray Wood now can bring up the 100th point for the 36ers, and does. Ray Wood, one of the better foul shooters around. Man with his experience shouldn't miss too many of those. As it's David Graham to Holtgren to Breeny. Simmons calling for it again, and this time they do give him the ball. Good defence from Nelson, but Simmons equal to it and makes the basket. And again, Coburg push up that defence. Long pass to Pearce, back to Green, drives up and under. Ooh, Simmons looked to have the foul. Nice work there by Holtgren, looking for the big dunk, does the dunk. So Coburg still in this game. Good work here from Holtgren, just tapped the ball away from Pearce and takes plenty of time, lays her up and dunks her. In the meantime, back live with the action, and it'll be a 36ers ball, 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. 100 to 78, so Coburg just staying in touch, Lynn, 22 points behind.
Yes, apart from that 15-point lead that they achieved in the first quarter, and that was only over a period of about 30 seconds, Andrew, where they really exploded, put the mockers on the Coburg team. Coburg have really done well, and they've held the 36ers as Dwayne Nelson hits one from the foul line, so that is 7 from 19 from the foul line for the West End 36ers.
It's not particularly good foul shooting, but the 36ers haven't done much else wrong, and in particular the man that just scored those two, Dwayne Nelson, guarding 6'11" Willie Simmons, as it's Wayne Carroll with the ball. And again, Coburg moving it around, looking for that shot. Not long to go, 22 seconds as the basket is made. Wayne Carroll scores there.
That was his first 2 points for the quarter, Andrew.
Now Green loses possession, and Coburg can get one more quick basket here. 13 seconds to go. It'll be Holtgren to take the shot. Misses. Ally beats Simmons for the rebound. Now it's Green. He's still got 5 seconds, goes all the way and makes 2 points. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, three-quarter time. At three-quarter time, it's the West End 36ers 104, leading the Coburg Giants on 80.
Righto.
Ten seconds to go. 7, 6.
So as we enter the final quarter, it's the West End 36ers enjoying a 24-point lead over the Coburg Giants, and Wayne Carroll for the Giants brings them into offense. Can the Giants get back in this quarter, Andrew Kay?
Well, I think they can. It'll be hard. They haven't done enough tonight, and an obvious travel by Al Green. He took almost as many steps as Burke and Wills before he bounced the ball. And I was wondering whether Jeff Weeks was watching him. I think Green might have thought he had his back turned. Pass comes into Breeny. So first blood, no, not to Coburg, but the foul on Mark Davis, pushing foul. Jeff Weeks ruling that he just pushed Peter Blight out the way. Getting back to your original question, Lynn, I think Coburg can get back. You keep seeing these minute or two spurts that they put in, and all of a sudden they pick up 8 quick points. And I know they're 22 down, but remembering the game in Coburg 3 weeks ago, the 36ers trailed by 23 points and in the end lost by only 2, as Mike Mackay loses to Breeny this time. The ball could have come back to Breeny, but it'll be Holtgren, and this time Coburg scores. So they do take first blood in the final quarter. They're now 22 points behind, 82, and that full court press, Coburg pushing them right up. And now here's the chance for the 36ers as they move the ball around, back out to the top to Al Green.
And the 36ers guards must take control and be prepared to take the responsibility of bringing the ball down the floor.
All the players stopped, but there was no whistle. So once again, the 36ers look to set it up. Mike Mackay, back to Allo to Mackay. Mike Mackay attempts the long shot and makes it. So that's 2 points to Mike Mackay. Looked close to a three-pointer, not quite. A long pass to Breeny. Does he keep it in court? Yes, Mike Mackay running towards Peter Blight, but eventually comes to Holtgren. And a travel called on Holtgren. He calls out a two-syllable word, the first B, the second S. Not sure what it meant to say. Al Green setting up again for the 36ers.
And the statistics for both teams very even. Both teams have pulled down 32 rebounds. So the rebounding duels have really broken even. Turnovers 15 to the Coburg Giants, 12 to the 36ers. But the 36ers have picked up 13 steals as opposed to only 6 from the Coburg Giants. So the 36ers defence doing a very good job picking up the loose ball.
This time the foul on Al Green as Wayne Carroll went to drive. Just the hands came out from Al Green. 2 points didn't count, but it'll be Wayne Carroll on the foul line, number 6. And a familiar player in the green and gold, not only of Coburg, but of Australia as well. And a national player for a long time. And again, it's Coburg pushing that defence up. Desperately trying to get back into this game. 36 is quite happy just to slow it in and look for the good shot as Green makes a basket, but I don't think it's going to count. The foul was called on Steve Breeny. John Beams calls no basket. The crowd doesn't like it. Here you see Greeny goes all the way. There was the foul and there was the shot. So yes, the foul was before the shot. So the correct decision from John Beams, and the 36ers with the opportunity to set it up again. It'll come out to Peter Allo, balks on the shot, makes the shot. 108 to 85.
6 points to Peter Allo.
Been a good player tonight, Peter Allo, Lynn.
Has done a tremendous job on defence. He's really worked hard on keeping Foster out of the game. Foster's picked up his 25 points, but certainly Allo has done a job while he's been on defence there.
Bill Jones now almost looked to make the drive, but then decided not to. As Green again goes in with that big hook, but Jones gets the tap out and goes straight to Coburg, and Wayne Carroll, no foul call, and the follow-up 2 points made by Peter Blight.
That's 13 points to Peter Blight, Andrew, and he's also played a serviceable game for the Giants.
Coburg coming back very quickly now. Don't just realise how quickly they score, as it's Mike Mackay with the shot, misses. Jones almost the rebound, and again it's Coburg, another 2 points coming up to Foster. So that takes them to 91. All of a sudden that lead that was almost 30 points is down to 17. So the Coburg coach, Les Riddle, calling instructions. Peter Allo the opportunity to drive, scores 2 points. Has the foul called on Jim Foster as well. Allo just grits his teeth. You see this pass come in from Al Green. Allo looks, goes one way, up and under, crashes into Foster. Foster picks up his third foul. Allo scores 2 points and having the opportunity to make it the third.
Yeah, great move, Peter Allo. He's made 4 from 4 and takes him along to 8 points. He's got the opportunity for the bonus. As we've said, he's done a very good job on defence, and you can't shoot much better than 100%, Andrew.
No, you certainly can't, Lynn. Peter Allo's entire life is basketball. He's the accountant with the Basketball Association here at Apollo. So he spends some 60 hours, probably 80 hours a week down here with training and work commitments. And takes another rebound. The long pass to Davis. Has only Breeny to beat, but Davis has no trouble at all. Just lays it up off the glass. So that's 21 points to Mark Davis. 112-91. The West End 36ers lead.
And once again, good effort from the 36ers defence. They look down the floor every time they get in possession of the ball and looking for that fast break all the time.
Allo doing a good defensive job just where Dwayne Nelson left off, but again the foul called on the 36ers, a holding foul this time. Jim Foster just talking there with Wayne Carroll. Foul called on Mark Davis. That sounds like 5 fouls to me. Not often we see Mark Davis fouled out of a game.
Mark Davis has done a tremendous job on defence. It's very difficult to guard somebody like Foster, who is perhaps a little bit unorthodox, but he leaves the game with 21 points, and certainly he's done a very good job for the 36ers, and he dominated the defensive rebounds.
This time the foul will be called on Peter Ally again. Use those feet, and Jim Foster selling the dummy. And as Foster went to turn, Ally just had his arms all over Ally, and all of a sudden the 36ers in a little bit of foul trouble. Peter Ally has 4, Davis is off the court. Will Jones has 3, Al Green 2. Jim Foster makes the first of the foul shots, 20 points the difference, now 19 points the difference. And probably the only part where Coburg have outplayed the 36ers tonight so far, Lynn, is from the foul line. They've shot pretty well.
Yes, they've shot very well from the foul line, and Jim Foster has picked up 29 points to his personal tally, as Jones with a nice hook shot over the top. Billy Jones, he's also played a very good game, and that's 18 points to Bill Jones.
Yes, it surprises me a little. Oh, good layout there from Jim Foster, but didn't come off. Now it's 2-on-1 for the 36ers. Green to Pearce. Pearce all the way, and then puts up the left hand. Lovely layup from Daryl Pearce. Just got into position, put the left hand up, made the basket. 116.93.
And Green has made 8 assists for the game, Andrew. That's a tremendous effort. Daryl Pearce, the man that made the basket, has made 6 assists. So both those two players have contributed to the success of their teammates.
Good shot there in the meantime from Peter Blight. And he scored pretty well too. 15 points now for Peter Blight. As Dwayne Nelson reaches for that one. Now it's Al Green. The mean machine with the ball. Has Peter Ally and gives it to him. Inside to Bill Jones. Over the top of Willie Simmons. Nelson, big rebound, still battling, comes out with the ball and loses it, but it came off Peter Blight, and so the 36ers keep possession, and Dwayne Nelson, gee, doesn't he battle hard for the ball under the boards?
That was a great effort. I would have thought there could have been a foul in there, but John Beams was a lot closer than us, and Dwayne Nelson competing with 3 Coburg players and came away with the ball. So good effort, Dwayne Nelson.
As the ball now goes up and under, Willie Simmons up and under again. Bill Jones the rebound, pulls 2 points and the foul. And it looks like the foul's on Big Jim Foster. You see the shot come here from Dwayne Nelson, probably fairly ambitious, nearly made it. Jones over the top, big rebound. Foster gets the hands as the shot went up, and Foster now in a bit of trouble as a timeout is called, with the 36ers leading 118 to 95.
Just to make them play defense on that. That's fine. As I said, be sharp with the ball, fellas. The only thing that I'm worried about is some of the loopity-loop passes that we're throwing. Be tough with the ball. Maintain your composure and your discipline. They're tired, and we can't afford, though, to slop back and give them easy stuff. Al's right. Make them play D for a little bit longer, and you'll make it so much easier for yourselves defensively. If we blaze, that's all they want, because they can come down and at least they're saving themselves. If we throw it around 3, 4, 5, 6 good passes, we get a real easy shot, but we stop them running back at us and get the chance to keep the pressure on them down here. Maintain the pressure, okay? Play this game right out to the end as hard as we can. Let's see if we can push ourselves away. Come on, let's go.
So Coach Ken Cole reinforcing what we were saying earlier, Andrew, that is the 36ers break up the press, get the ball down the court quickly, and then throw the ball around in offense, make the Coburg defense work very hard and shoot the good percentage shot.
Peter Ally just loses the ball there, almost had it, almost inflicted a good steal. Yes, the 36ers really are in no hurry to score. They've got plenty of time to set up their best shots because they're the ones in front. It's Coburg who have to do the hard things. There's a foul there on Daryl Pearce, just got the arms tangled with David Graham. Ken Cole just talking to Jeff Weeks as he strides up and down in those unbelievable red shoes of his with the clear glass heels, believe it or not, crystal clear glass heels. as it's David Graham on the foul line. Makes the first. 118-96 the score.
And that's David Graham's first score for the game.
And that's his second. So again, Coburg pushing up on that full court press. Now the 36ers doing as instructed, just waiting to set it up. They lead by 21 points. Peter Ally had the shot, but decides to go back out again. And the 36ers just using their time. Now Pearce has the shot there, but just got the perspiration to the ball and lost it. And it comes out to Wayne Carroll, who will attempt the shot and make the shot. So Coburg looking to score the 100. They'll bring the 100 up shortly. They're on 99 now.
And one of the few teams to do it to the 36ers this season.
Yes, they certainly played very well tonight, Coburg. But for, as you said, Lynn, so many times, but for that little lazy patch in the bottom of the first quarter, the scores could be a lot closer as Peter Ally goes all the way. Lovely drive. Good basket from Peter Ally, and again pulls the foul. So you see the pass come in again from Green. Ally in all the way. Simmons had the foul called on him, number 33. That's Simmons' fourth personal. So Simmons and Foster both on 4 fouls with some 5.5 minutes to go, Lynn, and they can't afford to lose either player if they want to win this.
No, that's right. In fact, I doubt whether the Coburg team can get back into the game. And Peter Ally goes along to 11 points, and he's made 5 from 5 from the floor, and that's a great effort.
Yeah, that's perfect for Ally. Just how he'd like it. Foster now for Coburg. Clumsy looking player, but very effective. Gives it off to David Graham. Blight calls for it, but it's intercepted now. Pearce on his own. No one within. Cooey, 2 points. Nice work from Al Green. Brought off the interception.
There's another assist to Al Green.
He's been amazing tonight. Great work, Peter Ally. Here they go again. 3-on-2. Green with the ball has Nelson. Goes all the way. 2 points again. And all of a sudden, the 36ers pop away again to 25-point lead. 26-point lead, I beg your pardon. And Simmons makes 2 points. Simmons been fairly disappointing tonight, Lynn.
Yes, we thought that he'd probably exert a lot more influence on the game that he has. Perhaps he's worried about that ankle injury that didn't happen. But he's not really the player that we expected, and certainly he hasn't dominated the boards as we would have thought. But what about that main to Wayne Nelson? 2, 3, 4 efforts. He just keeps competing, and you have to take your hat off to a man that's prepared to do that.
And at the other end, he does some great defensive work. And in fact, it comes out a 36ers ball. Foster not impressed. Too bad, says the crowd. And John Beams just warning him as the crowd give him the hurry on. Foster wouldn't like that. But Dwayne Nelson, he really has been starring lately.
Yes, he has.
Nice give and go. Oh, how about that for a pass from Pearce? Tremendous give and go from Bill Jones. Pearce went, got the ball back and then flipped it back over his head to Jones, who didn't let him down with 2 points. Great play, the 36ers. But it's Foster at the other end, misses, can't repeat the feat. Simmons can though. And Willie Simmons coming good perhaps at the wrong end of the game. They're 26 points down, Coburg, but they've got over 100, and as you said earlier, Lynn, not too many teams can do that. Good pass from Ally, and better pass from Pearce. Oh, Jones misses a dunk, but there he is again. Peter Ally just cleans up. And at times they're making this look so easy, Lynn.
Ally, 6 from 6, backed up very well. Certainly this 36ers team is definitely a team. Not only are they individually very sound and very good players, but they are also a team. And when you've got a team of super athletes playing well together and playing well individually, they're pretty hard to stop. Certainly they're favourites for the NBL flag in 1986.
Yes, they have to be on this performance. If last week's wasn't enough, as Darryl Pearce leaves the court and as Al Green leaves the court, Ken Cole making a couple of substitutions. David Spear comes on, number 32, as does Raymond Wood, number 9.
And Darryl Pearce leaves the floor with 11 points, Al Green 21 points, and Al Green has, 24 points, and Al Green, of course, also has 10 assists, which is a tremendous contribution from him.
It's been a great game from Al Green, as it has from every player. There's some 28 points up, the 36ers. 3 minutes to go. Dwayne Nelson now called into a jump ball. Good work there from Steve Breeney. Actually, he's done some pretty good work tonight when he's been on the court. Hasn't been given a lot of time, but has scored pretty well.
10 points to Steve Breeney. He's had a lot of experience. We see a substitution by the Coburg team as Wayne Carroll leaves the floor, and number 24 Vanderloo comes onto for the Coburg Giants.
In fact, I thought, Lynn, we agreed to call him Vadivalu, but if you want to call him Vanderloo, that's fine. As Bill Jones was all ready to make a basket, but the umpires call a halt to that, and Coburg will take possession from the side. It'll be Michael Vadivalu for Coburg, number 22. Gives it off to Holtgren. Pass comes into Foster. Foul called on the 36ers. Is it Ally or Nelson? Looks like on Peter Ally. So he leaves the court with 5 fouls. But what a great performance. As you see there, the pretty obvious foul from Ally. But he's now on the bench, and the crowd giving Peter Ally a tremendous ovation, as they are this young boy coming on the court, Scott Ninnis. He's joined the 36ers lineup now. Another 20-year-old. And the crowd very happy to see Scott Ninnis on the court.
And we'll hear a lot of noise, Andrew, if Scott Ninnis scores a basket or makes an assist.
Yes. Yep.
But certainly Peter Ally, tremendous contribution for the 36ers. He did a tremendous job in defence, shot 100% from the floor, and you can't do much better than that.
Peter will be pretty happy with that. He only has one way of telling Ken Cole that he should get more time on the floor, and that's with performance. And Peter Ally has been for years a performer. And so is the man that just scored for Coburg. Jim Foster battled very hard all night. Unfortunately, had to play pretty much a lone hand as the foul is called on Coburg. A holding foul? No, in fact, it's called on Dwayne Nelson.
Yeah, blocking foul on Dwayne Nelson. Dwayne Nelson set the screen, didn't keep his feet stationary, and as Raymond Wood drove off, Dwayne Nelson held back the defensive player, so the referee called a foul. It was a good call.
So it's Raymond Wood, 30-year-old Raymond Wood guarding David Graham. Coburg looking to set up again. Graham calls for it inside. Jones gets his hands to the ball, almost pulled it off. Foster comes out with it again, and Jim Foster continues to work very hard for Coburg. Now 33 points, and that's a top effort. Ninnis in the key. The pass came across from Jones. Ninnis had his back turned, but the pass wasn't good anyway. And Coburg again, but foot violation called on Ray Wood, and Coburg will take the ball from the side. 131 to 107, 1 minute and 59 seconds to go. Lynn.
And this Coburg team just keeps coming back. They just grind away. They're certainly not an exciting team to watch. We haven't seen the fast breaks that we've seen from the 36ers because the Coburg team are just so workmanlike. They're very methodical. That man Foster goes to 35 points, and certainly, as unorthodox as he is, he's very effective with the way that he puts the ball in the bucket.
So Ninnis now looking to drive all the way. Bang, gets clobbered by big Jim Foster. And that's 5 fouls for Foster. And the crowd pretty happy about that. So Scott Ninnis will go to the foul line. Look at that. Bang, down comes the arm from Jim Foster. So,
and I wonder what thoughts were going through young Scott Ninnis's mind when he was all set to lay that ball up, and suddenly there was Foster. But cool as you like, I predict Scott Ninnis will make both of these foul shots.
Yes, well, Foster been a great performer for Coburg, though still hasn't left the court. The scoreboard says take a shower, and finally Big Jim Foster with 35 points, been a very useful contributor for Coburg tonight. But with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining, he hangs his head in shame as Coburg's last chance leaves. As Ninnis misses, Nelson again, rebound, 2 points. So Dwayne Nelson continues in his great form. And now it's Holtgren for Coburg. Gives it off to Vadivalu, to David Graham. And now Coburg using their bench. None of their big name players left on the court anymore. David Spear for the 36ers. Just over a minute to go, Lynn, and it should be a good win now to the 36ers.
Yes, 36 would be very pleased to come away with such a resounding victory over Coburg, and more importantly, it's the first time that they've beaten this team in 4 encounters. So it's a good effort as David Spear goes to the top. Raymond Wood, the smallest man on the floor, comes in for a tip-in.
Read it well. Spear not good with the shot, but Wood was there and made it as Holtgren is miles off with his attempt. Greeny looking to give the ball off to someone. Oof, big travel called from the crowd on Vadivali. Now it's Coton on the court. Comes back to Graham, pushes out the way and scores. Raymond Wood lands flat on his backside as we have just 26 seconds left. Big Bill Jones, Dwayne Nelson all on his own and just pops it into the bucket. And Dwayne Nelson, 24 points, great performance. I hate to think how many rebounds. Been a great player tonight, Dwayne Nelson. But Coburg running out of time as the crowd counts down the shot clock. The 36ers perhaps got time for one more, but the pass is bad. The shot is made by Graham, misses, the final siren goes, and another one bites the dust, the commentator says, as the West End 36ers, 137, run out big winners over Coburg, 111.
Since we fought, I think it was probably in the Coburg Stadium. How long have you been away now? 7. So stand by, please.
Les Riddle, 3 weeks ago in Coburg, it was a 2-point victory to the Coburg Giants. Tonight, you went down by 26. What's the reason?
Well, I guess being on the road never is easy. I suppose every game you have to take it as being a different situation. I mean, you're up against circumstances. We had a few little nagging injuries. Nevertheless, I don't think you can take anything away from Adelaide. I think the improvement was in their game. I think, they fought a lot harder. They certainly applied a lot more pressure for the majority of the game, and I think that was a telling difference.
And what about the injuries? Simmons with his ankle, he came back and played after injuring his ankle?
Yeah, it surprised me a little bit because he twisted it fairly badly, but he taped up and he fought on. It was a little bit weakened from the night before. He was one of the players that were injured, but he fought back, and I was quite pleased with our players generally, other than the first quarter. I think they fought hard, and at least they tried their hardest right to the end, and I was very proud of them.
And Foster, that was a tremendous effort by him.
Yeah, I think some of our problems, like as a team generally, this year we've been a little bit inconsistent, and it's probably been one quarter of basketball that's hurt us. But Jimmy's an inspiration, and he fights on regardless, and he got back in the game and he helped us, and he tried the best he could.
Yeah, it's a great effort by the 36ers. I think they can expect to see Coburg there when the finals come around.
Yeah, I hope so, and I think it's going to be a very interesting final series. It's going to be very close and very competitive, and I wish them all the best.
Les Riddle, thanks very much for your time.
Okay, thanks.
Ken, I was listening to your instructions before the game. The players followed them to the tee.
Yes, it's good. That's one of the nice things about coaching, when the guys work hard enough and you come into a game with a particular plan and they execute it. I thought they did very well.
We know they can score baskets. What about the defensive job done by Dwayne Nelson and Peter Allight?
Well, it was terrific, wasn't it? And Al Green did a good job against smothering their point guard. It's hard to pick people out though, because everybody in the team played very well, I thought, Andrew.
Well, Ken, we always have 3,000 screaming 36ers fans here at the Apollo Stadium. They tell me there's some pretty special fans at the Loretto College.
There is. We'd like to say hello from all of the 36ers to Sister Veronica, and she wrote a very beautiful letter to us and follows the team late at night, so we'd like to say hi, and we hope we can contribute something to her college for the future.
Good luck next week, Ken.
Thanks very much, Andrew.